It was a couple of nights before Halloween and the local cave tours were doing a special House of Horrors. Knowing what caves are like at daytime meant at night there was going to be no light at all or very little. We were told that people were in there to frighten us, so beware. Hearing this made my eyes light up, thinking if somebody saw my shape in the darkness, they would think I was meant to be there. We entered as a group with me tagging on at the rear. Just in front was a lady with hard medium-heeled boots. The door closed behind me, and at first total darkness. As your eyes adjusted, you could just make out very dim light and plenty of dark areas. The people in front stopped. I could hear the lady in front complaining her feet were cold and could hear her feet shuffling about. I knelt down just behind her and placed my hand on the uneven floor by the side of her heel, palm down. Very soon she stepped to the side and her heel landed on my pinky finger. The pain soon shot up my hand, then my arm as her full weight came down. The group started to move forward, and so did she, lifting her heel off my now throbbing finger. We continued on, and I was hoping we would soon stop again. We stopped by a bridge with people crossing the bridge as we had to go single file to cross. Again, I knelt down, hand by her heel. I could hear her talking to another lady by her side, so with my other hand I felt around till I found her. She was wearing trainers with a crinkly bottom. By now both hands are palm down on the floor. Suddenly the trainer landed across all 4 of my fingers and I felt my knuckles pop. She never noticed this and just stood there talking. The second lady moved and got my other hand across the second knuckle off the first 3 fingers from my thumb. There were about 20 of us in the group, so it took about 10 minutes before the people just in front moved. Looking around, I noticed to my side a very dark area with no light at all. I waited until both hands were free and slipped into the darkness and stayed low to the floor. There were a lot of screams from the girls that were in the next group. I waited until they arrived and was just able to make out female feet. Over the next 2 hours, I lost count of the number of times I had my fingers stood on. I had many heels, some thin and sharp that hurt like hell, to flats or trainers. I slipped into the rear of the last group and made my escape out of the darkness, and nobody ever knew they had caused some severe pain. When we came out of the caves, I had to keep my hands in my coat pockets until I got back to my car. I had lots of cuts and grass on my hand and driving was difficult as my hands were still a bit numb.